We wanted to know the answer to the question, is genetically modified food harmful to the environment? But before we could answer our question, we wanted to research these key terms.
A cell is the smallest unit of an organism that contains a nucleus. The nucleus contains the traits and the DNA of an organism inside of the cell.
A cell membrane is a protective layer that covers the cell's surface and acts like a barrier. DNA contains info that determines traits among living things.
Genes are a unit of heredity that is transferred from a parent to offspring and is held to determine some characteristics of the offspring. GMOs are a genetically modified organism.
Biodiversity is a variety of life forms.
Outcrossing is to breed an animal or plant with one not closely related.
Genetic modification is when you take DNA from one organism and put it in another to make it better.
GMO's effect on biodiversity is that it makes crops more vulnerable to invasion by insects and other animals.
GMO's effect on outcrossing is the transfer of engineered genes to plants in the wild. The foreign genes can cross with and contaminate these other species. If the new plants with the genetically modified genes thrived, they could radically change ecosystems.
Animals are affected by GMOs because it was researched that GMOs cause cancer in animals. Mice were used to test how GMOs affect animals, and the results were that the GMO foods caused abnormal organ damage in the mice and reduced the fertility of the mice. Those went along with the cancer formed in various organs of the mice. Humans showed no health problems with the GMO food. No sicknesses or diseases have been brought about through the health of the human body. Some insects are becoming resistant to the pesticides on GMO crops.
We went out and bought 2 different brands of sweet potatoes. One of the potatoes label said naturally grown and the other said organic. We put both of the potatoes in glasses of water and waited for 2 weeks to see if they would grow vines. The naturally grown potato had no vines after 2 weeks. The organic potato started to grow vines within the first week. We think the farmers that grow the potatoes spray Budnip on them. Budnip is also known as chloropropam. Budnip grows through the whole vegetable. Budnip was sprayed on the vegetable to prevent it from growing vines.
We contacted 6 organic companies and 6 GMO companies. The organic companies are Earth's Best, Amy's Kitchen, Green and Black's, 365 Everyday Value, Whole Foods, and Organic Valley/Organic Prairie. The GMO companies we contacted are Monsanto, Syngenta, Dow AgroSciences, Bayer Crop Science, Hormel Foods, and ConAgra Foods. The organic companies responded quicker and with more information than the GMO companies and seemed to want to help us out more and say what they believed.
Our answer to our driving question was both yes and no. Yes, because GMOs affect biodiversity, outcrossing, and animals. No, because it makes our food supply last longer than organic food does now.